So I'm recording now. You can't see it, but up here where my mouse is, there's a little like stop button that pops up in your bar. That's how you stop the video, okay? All right, so I'm gonna make, pick an object that's not too complicated. No, like a,
Hexagon.
well, no, like a thing that exists in the world.
A pyramid.
A diamond.
A diamond, okay, a diamond. Excellent. We can do a diamond. Okay, we'll do a diamond shape. Although, wait, what are some things y'all are making?
A tarot card.
Tarot card. Okay, I'm gonna make a briefcase. Seems conceptual. Okay, so I'm gonna distill. Y'all are gonna have a sketch to go from. I'm gonna distill this briefcase down to like its simplest form. It's just some fucking rectangles. Okay, so that's what I would highly recommend that you hang out in here, okay? You can use your sketches if you want and extrude those sketches into shapes, but I would highly recommend working with primitives, okay? Because you don't want to make anything that's like super like organically shaped because it's going to be very hard for you to make in the process that we're making, okay? So I'm gonna grab a box, okay? I'm gonna select the plane I want to work on, this bottom plane here, and I'm going to draw this box. Right now I'm in millimeters. I'm gonna switch it over to inches because y'all will have an idea of like how much material you have, right? So I'll switch it over to inches over here. I'm gonna grab my box again, okay? And maybe I want this to be like an 8-foot briefcase. So you could do it to scale, right? So maybe you do like 8 inches and then we can kind of blow it up, right? So think about your own scale. You could also do like, you could actually make it as big as you want, right? So you could actually make it like an 8-foot box. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it for right now. Just think about your dimensions as you're making this, just because we're running out of time. Does that make sense to everybody? So like if you're doing 8 feet, maybe you do 8 inches, okay? You could absolutely do, what's 8 times 12? Art kids? Yeah, so you could do 96-inch box, okay? But for the time being, I'm just gonna kind of wing it right now. All right, so I'm just gonna build up, this is gonna be like my main briefcase. It's kind of briefcase shaped, perhaps. Okay?
You're done.
Almost. But like a briefcase has like, like yes, but like you would lose if this is what you submitted, okay? So what I want is like, you know, I'm kind of thinking the briefcase, it has like 2 parts. It has like a latch, right? There's usually kind of like a bevel in the middle. So that's what I'm gonna build next. I'll grab another box. Again, I'll select this front plane here, okay? And I'm gonna put this box like in the middle. It's gonna be a little thinner. It's gonna hang off the sides a bit, okay? And then I'll pull it down. Ah! This is moving so slow and it's like throwing me off. I'm holding down Shift and the middle button. And if you ever get lost, like I'm getting lost, if you hit this little home icon, it'll switch it up for you again. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this down.
Right now you're pressing the shift?
No, I'm just pulling. Right now I'm holding Shift and using my middle mouse button.
To move it around.
Yeah, to orbit, yeah. So I'm gonna put this one up here, okay? And I probably want to drag this one up, so I'll move this down a bit. And I don't want to cut it. I want to, I'm going to make it a new body right now because I want to move this a little bit. Okay, so I made it a new body, so now I have just these 2 shapes, okay? So I'm going to move this one up a bit because I want that ridge to go up, so I'll do move copy. I'm just right-clicking on the form, and I'll select the form, move it up a bit. Oh my god, this is moving so slow. Okay, move it up a bit. Okay, so that's kind of like my ridge, right, that I'm going to use. And now I need a handle, okay? So I would recommend, again, just using your rectangles to make a handle. So what I'll do now is I'll grab another rectangle. I'm going to select this top plane to work on where I want to put it. So I'll select this here. I'm going to go to the top, and I'm going to make it about here. All right, so this is going to be one part of my handle. Okay? And I'm going to do new body on everything, and then I'll join it later, just because I probably want to move things around. Okay? Then this one, I can right-click on it, do move copy, make sure the body's selected. Okay? And if you hit this down here, I'll come back to y'all. That'll create a copy. Okay? And then what I need is I'm going to need another copy that's going to go connect these two things. So I can do this again. Another move copy. Make sure it's on bodies. Okay? And I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees and bring it up here. Zoom in a bit. Okay. Oh my god, the lag on this is like driving me nuts. Okay, align that one. And then I will come over here on this side, grab this one, do a press pull, pull it over here. Okay? Boom, briefcase. Okay, so, but like really, this is how simple your forms need to be, because you're really just trying to like distill it down to its simplest shape. So then what I can do, once I have everything in place, I can use my combine tool. So I'm first going to just combine these friends here. I'm going to do join. Okay? And then what that'll allow me to do is, oops, I think I kept the tools. Nope. There we go. Get rid of those. I'm just going to move this over a bit so it's in the center. And again, I'm just going to eyeball it. Y'all can use your alignment tools, but I'm just going to kind of eyeball it for now. That looks pretty close. No? Designers, am I doing okay? All right, thanks. Okay, and then I'll do the same thing here. So I will combine. So combine this friend with this friend. I'll join it. I'm not going to keep my tools unless you know that you're going to want to reuse that later. So now I have this briefcase shape, and you can recolor it if seeing through this, you know, this is kind of a semi-transparent material. If you go to Appearance, right-click, go to Appearance, you can grab any material that you want. Plastic is usually a good place to start. So we can drag this on here, and then we can kind of like see it a little better. Yes?
What was that whole thing about keeping tools, not keeping tools?
So see, this is where you're going to be at a deficit because you don't have the prereq, to be honest, okay? But because we learned this program pretty well, that's why make sure that you're in a group with people that know what this is, okay? Keeping tools, so for instance, when I combine these, if you look at the screen, I combine these three shapes. The tools are like I selected this one first, and then I selected this one and this one, so those are my tools to combine. So I can keep those tools. So like, check it out. It kept those two tools for me. Does that make sense? So it combines stuff, but it doesn't just get rid of everything. It keeps like what you combined as separate objects. You still have them. Yeah, you still have them to work with, okay?
Right now, it's just one.
Yeah, so right now I just turn those off because I don't need them, okay? If you don't do the keep tools, then it'll just turn it all into one shape and you can't go back. Okay, so it's just like think about what you're doing. And
Press undo.
yeah, if you undo it, yeah, you'll be fine. But it's just a way to like kind of keep if you're gonna keep using those. Okay, so this is essentially like how simple your form should be, because when you blow this up at a really big scale, it's gonna look pretty wacky. Okay, and then you know there's other things that you could do. We could put lights in it. We could if you really wanted to paint it, you could paint it. You could add some small things to here. Okay, so the last thing, how are we doing on time? All right. I just want you to make the form. Don't worry about the planes. We'll do that first thing in class when we get back because we're just running out of time. I will show you exactly how you're going to do that, though. So what you can do, y'all, especially Fusion people, we never covered this, so I'll make sure that we spend time on this the following Monday when I get back. you can actually export all of these separate pieces as sketches, okay? So what that'll allow you to do is it'll give you the exact shapes that you need to cut, and then you'll give yourself like a seam allowance of 1 inch on the side of all those sketches, and we're gonna project those sketches, you're gonna trace them, cut them out, and then we'll heat seam them together, okay? So it's really easy. I'll just give you a preview. You select the face that you want, hit the letter P, and it automatically turns it into a sketch for you. So check it out. If I turn off my bodies, there's that shape, okay? Same thing with like even this little piece over here. If I hit P, just hit OK, again, there's that exact shape, okay? And then you can decide like, okay, I'm just gonna cut these like, you know, I'm gonna chop it off here to make your life easy. Same thing, you know, these weird little pieces, right, like on the sides. And then notice it'll put them all on a flat surface for you, which is very nice, okay? So it'll put them all like on the plane that they are. So some of them we might have to rotate, right? Because you just want to get them all like on a flat surface. Because for instance, you definitely want to notice how this one here, this one is literally like the negative space of this one. So there'd be no reason for you to like cut this somewhere else. You'd just like waste a ton of your material. Does that make sense to everybody? So that's the process. So even if yours is built up like as more triangles or like, you know, you have a lot more shapes, we're still going to be able to get, we're pretty much just getting the planes, putting all those planes flat, tracing them, and then assembling them into a 3D form. So we're kind of doing like the opposite of what we're doing in 3D space. Okay, do you have any questions?